This is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Deal Flow Pipe Conference, and we're in Las Vegas. I am here with Cromwell Coulson. Cromwell, of course, is Pink OTC Markets. There's a lot of changes going on in the industry. This man is a spokesman in the OTC markets. And let me tell you, it's good to have you on.
Thank you for having me, Shelley.
You are welcome. I don't want to steal too much thunder, because you're making a lot of rain out there. Tell us what's going on at OTC.
Well, we've been investing in our technology and our platform, and we're building a better, more electronic marketplace for the OTC market. When I started in the OTC market, OTC meant opaque trading club. Today, it means open, transparent, connected. Because of the technology platform we've built, because of the securities that we have in our highest tiers, and because of the information we're pushing out to investors.
You truly are a face and a spokesperson in the more than just the microcap industry, but in the public company trading world. You took over something that was once called the pink sheets. When dinosaurs like me first started in the business, that's all we had. You've been a leader in the electronic trading. There's been controversy over the OTCBB. There's been ARCA. There's ETFs. So much has happened. How do you keep up with all of this?
Well, technology moves forward. But you have to make the technology fit the marketplace. And a lot of the exchange trading has really moved just to fit high-frequency traders. The stocks that trade thousands of times a second, no human can interact with that. You just have to throw your order in and wonder where you are in the queue that microsecond. But OTC stocks are different. Even on our highest tier, which has the most trades per security in a month, on average they trade 30 times a day. We've got active stocks that'll trade 800 times a day, like a Deutsche Telekom ADR. But 800 times a day is one trade every 20 seconds. If you're a high-frequency trader and you're waiting to get in and out of a stock in 3 seconds, this is not your marketplace. That said, this market is where over half the publicly traded companies are traded. And these companies need transparency, they need liquidity, and we try to deliver that.
Now, investors who are watching this interview want to know more about what's going on between the bulletin board and, what you guys are doing. So, let's give them the latest news.
Well, what happened was, we used to be Pink Sheets. Pink Sheets was the company name, Pink Sheets was the stock platform, Pink Sheets were all the stocks. In 2007, we created a premium tier called OTCQX, and it was a segment of our market that was quality controlled. You need to be sponsored by a trusted professional third party. You needed to have audited financials, and for those companies that met the financial and qualitative standards, we gave them full price transparency, and they also helped them with their state blue sky, so investors could talk to their brokers and talk to their investment advisors about these securities. OTCQX became a strong success. It's now over 100 companies. It's 1/8 of the total OTC market trading volume. That said, while we were operating OTCQX, and we also had the Pink Sheets as a speculative trading marketplace that fit the wide amount of securities that broker-dealers needed to trade in the OTC market on behalf of their customers, there was a middle ground, which traditionally was known as the BB. It was operated by FINRA, and it meant you were current in your reporting to the SEC or a U.S. banking regulator. And we deferred to let FINRA decide which companies were BB. What happened, though, is we invested in our trading platform. More and more, we made it faster, better, more electronic, and left FINRA's BB behind. And broker-dealers, the market makers, the agency brokers, the ECNs in this space, they responded by moving their quotes to our platform. Today, of broker-dealer quotes in the OTC market, we have almost 60,000 broker-dealer quotes, and the FINRA BB has less than 5,000 price quotes. That means that we have over 12 times the broker-dealer liquidity of the FINRA BB. But it's really, it comes from us investing and a lack of investment and neglect, which has hurt the BB companies. And our hope is that as we take on this mid-tier, which the first thing we did was in March, we established the OTCQB tier, the U.S. reporting tier. And that's for companies that have demonstrated their focus on the markets by being current in reporting to a U.S. regulatory authority. We automatically tier those companies. We have 3,800 securities in that tier, as compared to the FINRA BB, which, while only having 2 or 3 quotes per security, only has 2,800 securities. So we have 1,000 more securities that are current in reporting to U.S. regulators on the QB tier, and we're pretty excited that we're going to be able to bring some of the information and services to those companies to help close the information gap to investors so they can make better decisions. What we've seen is because between OTCQX, OTCQB, and the pink sheets we've tiered as well, which is we've got current for companies that make current information available, we've got limited information for companies with limited information available, and we've got no information for companies with no information available. But limited information in September of this year was only 3% of our dollar volume, and no information stocks, while 1/3 of the publicly quoted stock, OTC stocks, was only 1% of the dollar volume. So what's happened is, as we've segmented the market, investors have responded by being interested in the companies that provide the highest level and quality of information.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is also a public company. What's your symbol?
Our symbol is pink, P-I-N-K, but we're in the process shareholders, because when we started out, we were pink sheets, and we were very focused on trying to make the bottom tier of the OTC market more transparent, make the trading more efficient. But then we realized the whole OTC market needed our services, and the broker-dealers who used our platform to quote pink sheet stocks wanted to quote SEC registered stocks. So we went from being just the pink part of the market to being the whole OTC market. And so shareholders are voting at the end of November to change our name to OTC Markets Group, and so that should take place by the end of January.
So you might change the symbol also.
Yeah, the symbol hopefully will change. And we're also, our bottom tier is going to change from being called pink sheets to be called OTC Pink. And I think we're really moving to restructure this market in an understandable way, but also by tiering. What's important is that companies used to all be labeled just pink sheets or just BB. There wasn't an incentive to rise to the highest level.
Which is big, because now there's that ladder moving up.
Yeah.
Questions. What is your website?
OTCmarkets.com.
OTCmarkets.com. Current symbol, PINK. I want to thank you.
Great, thank you.
You've been informative and insightful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
SNNLive.